Hello, all my friends out there in TV land. This is Senior Issues, etc., and I'm your host, Vita Verdon. Now, you know I always have your best interests at heart, and I thank you for tuning into the show and being faithful viewers of Senior Issues, etc. Now, hurry up and go get your coffee, go get your soda pop, or whatever it is, but bring your paper and pencil because I listened to your requests, and this show is loaded with information that you need to hear. So you need to have something to write down some of this information. Now, these two damsels to my right, these lovely looking ladies, are representative of the organization that they're representing today, and that is Lake County Center for Independent Living. And to my right, the first young lady I have here is Vanessa Bromir, and the second young lady is Judy Honig. And so we're so happy to have both of them today, but what we're going to start out with is we're going to start out with Judy, and I know you don't have to remind me, you want to hear something about them. You like to get up close and personal. So that's what Judy's going to tell you, a little something about yourself. I know what you like. You've been with me long enough. Okay, Judy, you can just look right in that camera and tell them a little bit about yourself.
So believe it or not, I don't live in Mundelein. I live in Schaumburg. And I came to be with Lake County Center for Independent Living about 6 years ago. It was one of those things where they needed some help for a short time, and I've been there for 6 years, and I'm loving it.
Oh, that's so nice. And how about you, Vanessa?
Well, a little interesting fact about me is I actually have a visual impairment. I have glaucoma, and I also have uveitis caused by rheumatoid arthritis.
What is that? Now slow it down.
Right. Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh.
Right. It affects my joints, almost all of my joints of my body.
Oh.
And it also affects my eyes.
Oh.
So with that, I get cataracts. I get swelling from the glaucoma. And I've had multiple surgeries to try and, maintain what vision I have. I've been with the center for a little over 2 years, and I started there being it was a temporary position, and I got the opportunity to become permanent, and now I'm doing blind services, and I love it.
Well, you're actually the advocate.
Right, I'm the blind services advocate for the Lake County Center, that's correct.
And Judy is actually the program assistant, is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, one of the things I think that the place that we should start is explaining the center. What I'd like to explain, it's located in Mundelein, Illinois. Now, Mundelein, this is for our viewers out there that are scattered all around in the 110 different communities, is located, I'd say, about 35 miles northwest of the Chicago Loop, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So it's not too far from Chicago. And now, first of all, I think just starting at the very beginning is, what is the center?
Lake County Center for Independent Living actually has been around for 26 years. 26 years ago, the Americans with Disability Act was passed, and shortly after that, a number of people with disabilities got together and decided they wanted to have some place that would help people with disabilities within their area, and that's in Lake County Center for Independent Living. That's how we got there. And it's been going ever since then. They have never closed. They've been going, helping people with disabilities right along for the last 26 years.
So there's several programs.
Yeah, I was going to say, we do it. We go, this is how we manage it. We have 5 core services.
5.
One is information and referral, which basically tells you what it is, information and referral. Independent living, teaching people to do things independently to help from where they are. If they're having issues and can't do some things that they used to be able to do, independent living. Advocacy, Peer mentoring, that's very important. That means that people with disabilities are helping people with disabilities. And transition. Transition is a program that we have where we help people move into their own homes, their own apartments from nursing
one
homes.
thing that I think is important for us to highlight is you started with information. So starting with information is maybe you could give the website and the telephone number.
I'd be happy to. The website is lccil.org. Telephone number 847-949-4440.
Okay, now give the website one more time.
lccil.org.
Okay, now we're going to turn it over to Vanessa. Now, Vanessa, you are the advocate. So what we're going to talk about is, what does that mean?
Okay, so yeah, I'm the blind services advocate for the Lake County Center.
Okay.
And within that program, it's aimed towards those who are 55 and older.
Okay, so it's 55 or older. You got that?
Right, and you have to be have low vision. Your vision has to be deteriorating, or you have to have no vision.
So now to qualify, they probably have to go to their eye doctor, right?
Right. We do require you to see your optometrist and to get an eye report. That just tells a little bit about your eye condition, maybe your visual acuity, and then also we would like your doctor to put in recommendations in there. Like, my patients would work well with a 2x magnifier.
Oh, I see. So they would like recommendation, what the doctor recommends that they should do about it, and see if you could help them in that, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's good. Now, if there's somebody comes in and say they're not 55, then how would you handle them?
Well, what we can do is we can provide services for them that will be able to assist them at other places. So, like for
So you could direct them
right,
where they could get help.
Correct.
You could be the information part
right.
for them. Okay. Now, I know we had discussed that something that's in the works, so we had talked about before the show is transportation. You're working on that right now. You might want to talk about that just a little.
Okay. Yeah, we have a transit committee at the center, and what we're trying to do is we want to expand transportation in Lake County. Our main goal we want to pursue sometime in the future is borderless transportation throughout Lake County. And transportation can be a big issue because if you can't drive, you need to get to your doctor, you need to get to work, the VA hospital, the grocery store, what have you.
Right. And well, you're trying to make it so they don't have to do a whole lot of transferring and things like that, right?
Right.
That they can just go a direct route.
Correct.
So that's in the mills right now.
Yes.
Were we going to talk about the housing? There's something in the works for housing at this time, isn't there?
Right. So the Lake County Center for Independent Living is a part of something called the Fairhaven Crossing. It's an apartment building located in Mundelein, not that far away from our office. And what it entails is low income, Section 8, and mainstream rent.
So a low income, and then when she referred to Section 8, that means if you meet the requirements, I'm just explaining Section 8, then your rent would be federally subsidized by the government,
Right.
correct?
Yes.
And then regular housing. Now, this is under construction right now. Right. So we can look forward to that in the new future. Since we're not in the construction business, we don't know if it'll be finished by 2016. But look for this in the new future. And I think that this will really highlight what the center is doing right now. One of the things that you were talking about is that you had services and you had things available, and I know you have a couple little devices here. If you could pass them over to Judy, I'd like Judy to explain what these devices are. They're so interesting. She demonstrated this before the show, and I had never seen anything like this. Now, this is for if you have an impairment in your eyes, right?
Yes. One of the issues that people have when their vision is, when they're losing their vision, is telling the difference between colors. If I have black pants on and I have blue pants on, or if I have anything that's close in the same color, you cannot tell. You can't see that. So, of course, somebody came up with a great idea. They have a little, what they call, well, I call it a color talker. I put that on my arm, and it tells me what color it is.
Now, I don't know if this is coming across on the TV, but as she put the device on her arm, a little tiny voice came out and said, black.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
And they have another thing for with money. If a person can't see, you know, it's hard to detect on the money.
Right. All dollar bills, whether they're 100 or 20 or 1, are all the same shape. You can tell the difference between your quarters and your dimes, but you can't necessarily do it for your bills. So somebody came up with this little thing that tells you, well, you can't hear it. It's
Well,
telling
anyway,
you.
it's a little voice that comes out and will tell you what denomination the bill is. And that we're going to get back to them, but right now it's Vita's Pearls of Wisdom. Okay, I'm going to get right down and dirty with this right now. Now, what I talked about on the last show was this scam that's going around, and they call you and they say, you answer the phone, they say, hello, this is the security department. This is in regards to your Master or your Visa card, and are you still living at 130 East Cook Avenue? And you think that this is an important call. And what they have is they have a little bit of information on you, and what they're testing you for is for you to give the information back. Now, I did call my credit card company, and they said, no, this is a scam. And so I didn't give any information out. And I told about this scam on the last show. Wouldn't you know it? Last week, I got another one of these calls. And he called, he said, hello, this is the security department, and this is some suspicious activity on your Master or your Visa card. Now, are you still living? And as he says that, plunk, I put the phone right down. Wouldn't you know, I got a call right back. But wouldn't you know, they didn't leave any message because it's a scam. Now, I want to give you this advice, and take this advice to the bank with you. Even if it is your credit card company, don't give any information over the phone. I don't care who it is. You can call them back and give any information. Don't give any of your credit card number, your address, or any personal information. Listen to this. They have us project out. Old people are senile. They don't know we keep these little gray cells going, and we can outsmart them by not giving out any information. Now, really take this to heart, because this is going around just so rapidly trying to get us this is your grandson calling at an accident somewhere. Don't give any money. Don't give any information out. Check it out. Always check everything out, because these scammers today, these telemarketers, they're so slick. They just want to take the money away from us. The next thing I want you to do is go into our website, because I have like so many shows online. I want you to get all the information, because you know our goal is to live forever. And as a community service, and because we've developed such a good rapport, you know, I want you to have all this information to heart. That's why I really search it out, and I thank you for all your emails. I thank you for all your letters. I thank you for the people that call me. I thank you for the people that I meet on the street. Go into the website, seniorissuesetc.org, and look up an old show. Now, anything, you've got my address on there, you've got my telephone number, you want to complain about something, you want to know something, give me a call, send me an email. You know, I don't know everything yet, but I could always send you to a place that you can get the right information. We're the first generation that's lived this long, so let us be the first generation that is this smart. Now we're going to get back to the ladies. Okay, getting back to the ladies, like one of the things that we want to talk about, I know you always need volunteers, and we're going to talk about your volunteer programs. From my understanding, is a little different than other volunteer programs because you have certain events that you do and you have certain things that you do. So it isn't just like so many hours a week. It isn't that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no requirement of so many hours. If you have time to give and you have maybe a day a week that you would like to come, you contact us. You can go on our website and see what we have to offer or who to contact, or you can call the office. I always feel sometimes that's easier. Just call our telephone number, tell them that's what you're interested in doing. They will take all your information. They will get back to you. I promise they will. So they do anything.
I would like our dear friends out there in TV land to know this isn't just a program for seniors, that it is widely based. And Judy, maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Right, we do deal with other people besides the seniors. We have a good program for them, but we also deal with the youth in the communities. And if they're, just remember, we're also dealing with people that are having disabilities of whatever. I'm not talking.
Hearing is one thing.
Right.
We'd like to go into that a little bit.
That's one of the things that we do. There is a program in the state of Illinois, believe it or not, it's mandated by the state that if you have issues hearing on the phone, you have the right to, one, have a phone that you can hear on, and two, you have the right to get it free of charge. It's called the ITAC program. ITAC stands for Illinois Telecommunication Access Corporation, easier ITAC. Lake County Center for Independent Living is a testing center for that, which means that you can come into our office. We have all the phones that are in the program. You can test them. You can find out how it sounds, what happens when you are talking on the phone, see the difference between your phone at home and those phones. You can get them. We order them for you. You tell us what one you hear best on. 3 requirements, but you don't need those requirements right from the get-go. You can walk in any day, Monday through Friday, anytime. You don't need an appointment. If you think you need that, come in, try them out, find out. That's a good program in the entire state.
Well, we wanted to bring up that program. Also, what I wanted to mention on the last segment, when you use those 2 devices, that those are just 2 of, maybe you can tell us, Vanessa, of several, right?
Right. Those are just 2 examples. There's a wide variety of things that are available based upon the individual's need.
Now, is there a cost on that, or is that included with the program?
It's included with the program.
Because I know, like, these are things that we don't even think about,
Right.
you know, that this device is available. And now, do you also mentor people, the programs? Not you personally, but I know the center mentors people, right? Judy, do you know that?
In that we're there to help them. If they have issues, if somebody calls us and says, you know what, my mother is having issues with this, we will try and get to them, see what they need, assess them. Yes, in that case, yeah, I suppose you call that mentoring if that's.
Now, since you've been there, you've probably seen the programs grow, but this is the best. Your center is one of the best hidden secrets of Lake County. People don't know about the services.
Yeah, you would think they would by word of mouth. I mean, we have a lot of consumers who are not just living on their own. They have a lot of family, they have friends and so forth. But I think what happens is until someone actually gets to the point where they need something, okay, yeah, they've heard about it, but, maybe it's just not foremost.
Well, it isn't important
Right,
until it's needed.
right.
And then it's needed, it's important like I needed that yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
And that's why
Then
we're there.
that anxiety comes in. Now, as an advocate, now you actually started like as a part-time, and you developed into this advocate leader, right?
Right. I started as a temporary,
Uh-huh.
and then I became, a non-temporary co-worker there. And another great thing about those devices that once you get what you need, we can train you on how to use them.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Because you could have all these devices, like you could have a computer sitting at home. If you don't know how to use it, what good is it doing you?
Right.
So that there is a training program that is going on to help you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have classes?
No, what happens is, so let's say you come in to see me and we figure out what you need and those items get ordered. I will call you when the items come in and you can come into the office. I'll show you everything and make sure this is, everything that's correct. And then we'll go through each item individually and I'll train you on how to use each item.
Mm-hmm. Now, could somebody just come down to the Center for Independent Living and go through the center and find out what it's all about?
Of course.
Our guests are welcome?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe we should give the address.
Okay.
Okay, what is the address?
The address is 377 North Seymour, that's Seymour Avenue in Mundelein.
Okay, so, and you know where Mundelein is. We told you that's 35 miles northwest of the Chicago area, right?
Correct.
Now, I think it would be a good idea to give the website again, Judy, and the telephone number.
Website is lccil.org. Telephone number is 847-949-4440.
And now, this LCC, all those numbers you're giving, that stands for Lake County Center for Independent
Right,
Living.
correct.
So actually what the center is for people that have impairments, either a seeing impairment or a hearing impairment, right? And if you don't know like what the impairment is, they can come down there and somebody will be there available to help them figure it out, right?
There's always somebody that will, if whatever you need, if you come in, if that's what if you just walk in the door, there will always be someone there that can sit and talk to you and find out what your issues are.
Now, the independent living, there is nobody living there.
No, we are not. No, they don't live with us. There is an independent living group somewhere around here, but that's not us.
That's
the
not
whole
you.
idea of that. The independent living is that, just those two words, to remain independent in your environment.
Well, I wanted that to be a clarity
Right.
for the people.
Right.
Also, I think it's good to mention again that about this new housing development.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people are interested. Now, maybe you could go through that again with us, Vanessa. That's the Fairhaven.
Fairhaven Crossing. And it's located not that far away from our center in Mundelein.
Where is it? Do you know where it's
Do
located?
you know the address?
Well, it doesn't have the
I
exact-
think it's. I look for Seymour because
It's around Seymour. It's close to it.
It's
but
close
it's
to the
not
railroad track.
completed yet.
Right. It's down Holly.
Holly, yeah.
It's not completed yet. That's right. But it will incorporate Section 8.
Section 8, which is a federally subsidized program that you have to be within a certain earning bracket, and you also have a certain amount of money. All the details of that change with the times. So if you were interested and you go further into it in the application, they would give you more exacting details.
Right.
We're just giving a summary. And then low income,
Right.
and then regular housing.
Correct.
So there'll probably be a series of 1 bedroom and I don't know, 2 bedroom.
1, 2, and 3 bedrooms will
1,
be
2,
available.
and 3 bedroom. Oh, so it's going to be a pretty big complex then.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. And so look for that in the near future. We are making the announcement of that at this time. Now, let's go over some of the details from the beginning. First of all, on these implements, if anybody is interested in any one of these little devices that you have, and you said you have more devices, I think if they would contact the website, they probably could find out on how they could get one of these devices, but they'd have to be a part of the program, right?
Correct.
So to go to the program, not to be repetitive about this, but let's go through the website again, because that's where there's more information. You want to do that, Judy?
It's lccil.org, or you can call us 847-949-4440.
Yeah, that's good. Now, you've been with the center for a good 6 years, so you've kind of gone in depth on that, and you've probably seen the growth of it. How has this affected you from what you've learned, and what kind of gratification?
Oh, you learn there. You can't even write down all the. I would not be able to write down all the things that I've learned. But the biggest part of this job, or what I do, is the people that I work with. They're just so. Sometimes they're just so grateful. It's like, well, all I did was do this, but for them, it was a big thing in their life. And when you see that kind of thing, you go home, go, this is good.
Because years back, until this Disability Act was followed, people just kind of stumbled around. Now, I know, Vanessa, that it has greatly helped you and endowed you. Maybe you'd like to look in that camera and say how this position has blessed you in your life.
Okay. Well, I learned, since I've been at the center, I've learned so many great things that are out there for, not just myself, but other people struggling out there with a disability. And, it's just, I love to see them grow and learn and, see how it's able to help them. And I just get really great satisfaction from that.
And you said that it has greatly helped you.
Correct.
And given you a confidence, right?
Yes.
That you never thought you could obtain. See, this is what it's all about. Like way back, I'm a really old lady. I'm going to be 84 years old, and in my youth, all the information, all the help came over the back fence. Now we're living in a different world, and it's coming on through technology. So this is what we have to, and we're the first generation that's lived this long, so we have to help each other. So if this doesn't apply to you and you know somebody that it applies to, reach out and tell them about this, because this is one of the best hidden pearls in the whole Lake County and McHenry County. McHenry County is included on this. They have a center out there. But you know what time it is now when you out there, you're the one I'm pointing to, come to the end of your rope, you tie a knot and you hang on. You know why? Because the best is yet to come. What we want you all to do this week is catch the spirit. God bless you. We love you. Hang in there. The best is yet to come.